Hey everybody, Mental Fox here. Welcome to my playthrough of The Witcher. And this is going to be more than just a playthrough of the first Witcher game. This is going to be a playthrough of the entire series. We'll start off here with Witcher Enhanced Edition. And then when we complete this, we'll move straight into Witcher 2, which I think is called Assassins of Kings. I guess I could have looked that up. And then, certainly by then, the third Witcher game will be out. Actually, I think the third Witcher game comes out about a month from the date that I'm recording this, if I'm correct. Surely it's going to take me more than a month to make it through the first two Witcher games. Very excited to play through this game and actually all of the Witcher games. This will actually be my fourth time starting this game. I've never completed it. And the furthest I ever made it, I don't know how far I was in the game, but I remember that I was at this part of the game where we're like near these swamps or something, and I had to keep going through these swamps. And the reason I stopped playing then was because I moved, and I just, for whatever reason, never got back into the game, unfortunately. I did start the game again last July, right before I started recording videos for YouTube, and then I just played just a little bit, and the reason I stopped then was because I wanted to play a newer game as my first game on my channel. I didn't want to start off with an old game for whatever reason, so The Witcher got put to the side again. So like I said, this will be the fourth time that I've started it, so about, first third or so will not be a blind playthrough because I've already played through about the first third of it. I'll let you know when I get to the point where it's new to me, to the point where I haven't played. As far as my play style, I tend to explore everything. Everything, if it's in the game, I want to see it, I want to find it, I want to experience it. I figure if it's put in the game, I want to take the time to experience it, do every side quest possible. That kind of thing is important to me, so this will be a very thorough playthrough. As far as my role-playing style, I haven't read any of the Witcher books, but I did just kind of like read a synopsis of what kind of person Geralt is, and I thought it was pretty good. One person said that he's cynical but noble, so I'll be keeping that in mind as I make decisions throughout this playthrough. And the decisions that I make are going to be based upon what's happening in the moment or what just recently happened. For example, if Geralt, has just been through a tough battle or something, he may be a little bit more brusque with people. Whereas, if he had just gotten laid the night before, maybe he'll be in a little bit of a better mood. I guess I'm going to be playing Geralt as maybe kind of a moody person. Yeah, it's not like... My understanding is that there's no real way to play him as a bad guy or a good guy. It's more along the lines of whether you're polite or disrespectful. And so I'm just going to kind of take into consideration what is happening at the moment and what just happened previously as I make those decisions throughout the game. This is an old game, obviously. It came out in 2007. Many of you watching this have probably already played through the game. And if you have, I would like to ask you not to leave any spoilers in the comments. However, if I've missed anything, I would like you to let me know that, because as I said before, I do like to try to explore everything there is to explore. So if there's a side quest or something, or an area that I overlooked, or an item that I missed, please feel free to let me know about that. And finally, before we get started, I'd like it if you would let me know why you're here. Are you here because you're a fan of the Witcher games, you've played them yourself, and you would like to see somebody else experience it? Or have you never played it before and you just kind of want to get caught up on the Witcher before maybe playing the newest game? Or are you just a fan of my playthroughs? I'd really like to hear why you're here. So if you could just leave that in the comments, I'd appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and get started here. The first thing we're going to do is when you first load up this game, there's a really nice opening cinematic that kind of introduces Geralt and what he does. So I'm going to play that first, and when that is finished, there is another opening cinematic that opens up the game itself. So then I'll just go right into that cinematic, and then we'll get started in the game. So sit back, relax, enjoy. This will probably be another long journey. I actually don't know how long this game is. I don't think it's as long as Dragon Age Inquisition. I just finished a 405 episode playthrough of that. So if you're interested in a very thorough playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition, make sure you check that out. So let's get started with the opening cinematic, and then we'll get into the game. Thanks for joining me.
His name was Geralt of Rivia. He was a witcher, a professional monster slayer. An unusual contract to lift the curse that held a monarch's daughter. It was enough to spend the night with the princess, dusk till dawn. If only she were not a deadly beast, a striga. The traitor responsible for the curse became the bait. gravely wounded, the Witcher lifted the curse and gained fame. The world changed with the coming of the Great War, the time of the sword and axe, the time of disdain. Geralt of Rivia disappeared, all but forgotten. But that's another story. The northern kingdoms nursed their wounds for 5 years after the Great War. Plague and famine raged, the death toll unknown. A few surviving elven and dwarven units sought refuge amidst forests, where they prepared for a final, desperate fight. Abominable beasts ruled backwoods, highways, and former battlefields alike. In cities and villages, folk were left wondering what had happened to the Witchers. The Blue Mountains in the north of Kedwen. The year 1270, 5 years after the Great War.
Everything's all right. I've no idea where you've been. The important thing is you're alive and among friends. Though you look like you just left your grave.
I remember nothing.
We'll speak soon enough. We're nearing Kaer Morhen. We're home. Leo, get Triss.
Your time nears its end, witches. Enjoy things while you can.
Well, he must be a bad guy since he talks like that.
Wrong, you missed the parry. I keep repeating this. Pirouette always followed by a back cross parry. Always.
Barely 2 days have passed since they found you.
Mm-hmm. I owe my recovery to you. Thank you, Triss.
Remember anything?
Not much. Look below. I know the moves. Pirouette, parry, cut. I can't explain it, but I feel a bond when we speak. I know you are important.
Geralt, we...
It's just birds, lady. Jeez.
I need to think.
I need some time.
flows slowly at Kaer Morhen.
Watch out, man.
It worked! Not bad. Take a rest. What do you think, Geralt? Is he ready for the path?
Geralt?
Wait for the rest. He's a lord. The professor promised 50 orens for every freak we kill.
He's mine!
Vesemir, we got company.
He's like, oh yeah, by the way, there's people here. Oh gosh, there's a lot of them. Close the door.
I'm shutting the gate. Geralt, grab a sword off the training forms.
Move the cursor over the sword and left click to equip. Okay. Let's see. New quest defending Kaer Morhen. I need the sword that's in the training form. Oh, okay. Hey guys, what's up? Here's our sword that we're going to pick up. Left click on an enemy to attack. Tip: hostile characters have red vitality indicators. Friendly characters have green vitality indicators. Okay. Red, bad, green, good. Let's fight this guy. I need to attack the bandits. So, attacking in this game is just basically clicking the left mouse button. And then at their feet you could see that circle, and the filled in part is their health basically. And you can see as I hit him, the filled in part lessens and then they finally die. Now, here we go. In over the shoulder mode, move using the EDSF keys. That's how I have my keys mapped. If you've watched any of my other playthroughs, you know I am a strong proponent of EDSF over WASD. Rotate the camera by moving your mouse. Press and hold shift to unlock and freely move the cursor. Tip: switch to other camera modes by pressing F1 or F2. I actually like this camera mode, so I'm going to stick with it. There's a couple more people who need a beating, so I'm going to kind of join in. So as I was just saying a moment ago, you just fight by clicking your left mouse button, which seems kind of silly at first.
How do you feel?
Fine.
Anyone know who the intruders are?
Ordinary bandits would never attack Kaer Morhen.
That we know, Marigold. You could try some of your famous magic.
In due time, Lambert.
Enough! We need to check the other possible passages to the upper courtyard.
And the very first time I tried playing this game, I don't remember when it was, I just couldn't get past the combat, and I didn't even make it out of this keep here, because the combat just seemed so silly even, you know, just clicking your left mouse. But those of you who haven't played the game or who have tried it and didn't make it past this part, keep at it. The combat actually becomes much deeper than you would expect, and it's actually kind of clever. So if you've tried it and didn't like it, give it another try and stick with it a little bit more. You'll see that there's a lot more to it than you first think. So let's see, we're here in Kaer Morhen. One thing I should point out is that I have applied one mod to this game, and it's the texture mod. I think it's some German word, texturin or something like that. It's like a 1 or 2 gigabyte mod, and it improves the textures greatly in the game. You know, I mean, this is a 7-8-year-old game at this point, and the older textures don't look quite as nice as this. So that's the only mod that I've applied. There are quite a few other mods, some mods that kind of like make the game a little easier to play, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to play the game as close to the original Enhanced Edition as possible. This is, if I didn't mention it before, this is the Witcher Enhanced Edition. So let's take a look at our journal here. Let's see, we've met Vesemir. Vesemir is the oldest and most experienced Witcher, possibly older than Kaer Morhen itself. He spends each winter in the fortress and sets off on the road when spring comes, just like all the others. Despite his age, Vesemir is robust and lively. Many youngsters could envy him his health. An excellent fencer, he was the one who taught me swordsmanship. So this journal is actually really neat. I really like how they've done that. Our current quest is the other Witchers and I managed to kill the bandits. Though I lost my memory, I'm certain of one thing. The bandits were after me and my friends. I should follow Vesemir, the oldest and wisest of us all. I should follow the Witchers. So that's our current quest. Locations were in Kaer Morhen. Kaer Morhen is an inaccessible mountain stronghold which has been the headquarters of the Witchers Guild for centuries. The name comes from the language of the elves. The original Kaer Morhen translate into Old Sea Fortress. The castle's time of greatness has passed. The battlements and moat have deteriorated, and a cold wind blows through the spacious halls. Currently, only a handful of Witchers live here, but once many young boys underwent gruesome training along the infamous gauntlet near Kaer Morhen. And our character, Geralt, is one of those people. He actually went through this training as a boy here. They also mentioned that the name comes from the language of the elves, and that's because this whole land used to be inhabited by elves, and before that it was inhabited by dwarves. Originally it was dwarves, and then elves moved in and fought with the dwarves and chased them to the mountains, and then eventually humans came in and chased the elves off, and so now humans are here. Elves and dwarves are kind of like relegated to the less, desirable areas of the land, shall we say. Monsters, we haven't met any monsters yet. We'll get around to this stuff, formula and ingredients, and that's just the tutorials that we've already looked at. So let's go ahead and get on with our quest here, which is to follow the Witchers.